Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday. It's the start of a brand new week. Today's actually going to be a pretty simple day. I know exactly what we're looking to accomplish today. So currently we are en route to my client. We're actually heading to his house, and then we're taking about a 1-hour drive north to meet with some investors. And then those investors once done with the investors, we're then heading back home. And then the rest of the day literally will be done with editing the website and finalizing the website for this client because we had some updates we had to make and it needs to get done by today. So when we get with the investors, we're doing a video and we're going to be doing a walk around video. We're going to be doing some property photos, doing all sorts of stuff like that. So ultimately that is the plan. Take some videos, get some photos, get those done, and then head back and then work on the website. So in the meantime, heading off to the client's house. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and let's get this day started. All right, so we made it to the property. So he is currently meeting with investors. We just filmed a video right here. So this is the sign showing what all these properties are. But there are 10 duplexes here, and that is currently what the investors meeting is going on for. So while they are meeting in regards to the duplexes, I am going to be filming. So I am going to be doing property tour for one because they're all the same. So once they're done, I will go in. But in the meantime, I've got to film some B-roll on the Pocket 3, of course. I've got to film some B-roll of these properties here because I need B-roll for the A-roll that we just shot in front of the main sign. So gonna get some B-roll and then work our way inside, knock out property photos, and of course, good old property video. So I've kind of explained this a little bit before. I'm going to make an in-depth video on this, but you want to go through each room, make sure it's ready to shoot. So that way you're not fumbling around when trying to shoot. So for me, I close every closet, and if it's going to be a purposeful closet picture, I'll open the closet for its own shot. But as I'm doing these walkthroughs, I don't want to do that because it just adds more clutter to the photos and the videos. So I want to make sure every light is on. We have as much natural light as possible. All the closets are closed, and then all the rooms are open. Now, any room that's not like properly lit too well, like this one, this is the only overhead light, pretty big room, not great lighting. You can always take care of that in post as long as you're shooting in RAW. So if you're shooting in RAW, you can go back through, edit that in post, and then everything will be great. But when you're in a bathroom well lit like this, it doesn't really matter too much. I don't bring lights because with Photoshop, you're able to do so much and be able to change so much of the details and the shadows, the highlights. I also like to run my stuff through an upscale program. So to me, you get the lighting as good as possible with where you're at, that way you don't have to lug lights around. And then you can then execute in post in Photoshop, things like that, to get the exact style that you're looking for. So here's something to remember when you're doing this, right? Your main goal is to get rid of this property. You don't want vacancies, obviously. So the more properties that you accrue, the more vacancies that you have. Common sense. Now, we just picked up 10, right? This whole way down, that's 10 duplexes. So how are we going to maximize these properties getting sold, getting out of here, getting rented? That's the goal. So when you're doing these photos, when you're doing these videos, that's the ultimate thought. How am I going to make this place look to be able to properly get this thing sold? So when you're target marketing on socials, when you're marketing on Google, when you're doing retargeted ads towards people who have potentially looked into purchasing in this area or renting in this area, those are all things to keep in mind because the longer these sit vacant, the more money you're losing. So think about when you're filming, think about when you're taking these photos, how can I present this property to make it sell or rent. That's the goal. What can you do to sell it or rent it? That's the goal. I mean, ultimately, they're relying on you. You're the one putting the property out there for potential tenants to see. So your client, your brokerage is relying on you to get the thing sold. They can only do so much, but there's a reason that social media sells. Now, see, here's where most people make mistakes. Yes, you're selling this property, you're renting this property. Okay, that's 100% true. But if you don't have the following, or you're not target marketing properly, you are limiting your reach to those that could potentially see what it is that you're trying to rent, what it is that you're trying to sell. So, how do you fix that? You are building a brand. You're not just selling a house, you're not just renting a house. You are building a brand. When that brand gets recognition, the less awareness posting you have to do. So when you're starting with a new company or you're building that company, brand awareness is really your number one advantageous post. Because think about it. When you see Nike, does Nike have to really try to sell anything they put out? No, they make a post saying, hey, something's available, people buy it. Think about McDonald's. They make a post, hey, something's new, people buy it. You don't have to market those things because the brand awareness behind what that company is. So whenever you're working with your agent, with your brokerage, whatever that is, your branding is what's going to sell the property or rent the property. Yes, it's very important to think, how can I sell this property? How can I rent this property? 100%. But the brand is ultimately one of the key factors that people overlook. That's where people go wrong in any business, not just matter real estate. No matter what business it is, no matter what you're trying to sell, they look at just the product rather than look at the brand behind the product. So it's just about 2 p.m. and things went really good. Got all the showings done. Got video and photos of each. That's kind of a back burner job for tomorrow. Got to get that website done. So that's currently what I'm heading home to do. Ended up having a really good talk with my client. We were discussing Section 8. And of course, Section 8 is everything to me. It's kind of my retirement plan. It's everything. Got a partner with me right now who, we invest in Section 8 properties. And it's crazy, like the opportunities that Section 8 can allot. And people, either you are experienced with Section 8 and you know how incredibly profitable Section 8 is, or you just don't know enough about it and you like to call Section 8 landlords slumlords. And it just makes me laugh every time I hear that, because the people who say that have truly not a clue what they're talking about. Not even in regard to the money that you can make, but in regard to the properties that you buy and the life and the help that you grant other people. And at the end of the day, it's all about giving back to others. But ultimately, had a talk for about probably about an hour, and it went really, really well, just about the different nuances and intricacies within the Section 8 program and how to develop and obtain portfolios, and overall, just a great conversation. So did that for about an hour. I don't know, maybe around an hour. But anyhow, heading home now. Going to lock in on this website. I've got church in just a few hours. So I got to make sure that I get this done before church, because if not, then we got to come home after church and finish up on the website. All right, we're back in that rhythm. Was heading home, but then I was like, wait a second. Nah, the gym's more important. Got to hit the gym. So just finished up at the gym. It's a little after 3. So freaking hot out, and it's a good thing, but so hot out, so bright. I'm gonna head home now, go back and shower, and then hit that website until we gotta head to church a little bit later on tonight. Well, hey, Future Zane here. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, let me know down below by putting a little blood icon. And here's why. Um, I say it every video, you create your own story. I've been saying it for years. It was trademarked at one point. That's been my slogan for my most of my life. You create your own story. If you have a notebook and you have a pen and it was magic and anything you wrote down in this notebook came true, what would you do? That's the definition of you create your own story. So, with that being said, as you guys know, I love my tattoos. I've got plenty of tattoos, but getting one tomorrow, a new one. And guess what it is? You create your own story. Yeah, good job. Good job. One of my clients that I work with, tattoo shop, getting a free tattoo. So, looking forward to it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll probably make it the outro image. I always have the you create your own story, but I'll probably make the actual tattoo the outro image. So anyhow, let me know. It'll be right here. What do you think? You like it? Yeah? All right. Well, let me know. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Regardless, peace out. And remember, you create your own story.